What up, what up, what up? Astrology class, not Tai Chi class. Astrology class is open. I'm teaching astrology for 30 minutes. I got to go do something. Yeah, I got 32 minutes to teach an astrology class. Any questions that you want, I'm answering it. So I'm not doing readings, but if you have your chart and want to ask me about an aspect of your chart or any aspects about astrology, I'm teaching on that tonight, okay? I'm teaching on aspects of astrology tonight. You must know your chart enough to ask me a question about your chart or how to study. You want to know how to start a business with astrology. You want to know who you could go study with. You want to ask me anything about who I was studying with, how I got to where I'm at. Anything you want to know about astrology, I'm teaching it because that's what I do. I'm a teacher. I teach astrology and I go harder. So please press 2 if you're going to share this video. Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia, and classes in session. I will go get a notebook, pull your chart up. Now, I might take your birthday and pull it, you know what I'm saying, like to see some stuff, but I'm not about to like go, I'm not doing no full readings tonight, okay, for nobody. All I'm doing is if I need to, I'll pull the chart to look at what you're looking at, and then we can go from there. So that's what we're getting ready to do. What up, Snow? What up? We were just talking about you earlier today. Absolutely. Can I get a small cred on my new song, Sorry Off Topic? Absolutely. I don't know what the new song is. You send it to me. Andre Wynn, I'm not taking nobody's birth. You have to ask me a question about astrology, and then I will explain how you break something down. So I could start with, how do we come up with getting the correct time of birth? You want to know what I'm saying? Like, how do you use the 8th place method that cosmophysics uses? Everybody's like, oh, it's a big secret. They only teach that to people who've been in cosmophysics. I don't give a damn. We all need to know it. So you have to ask me a question about your charts. So you could say, I have Saturn in Capricorn. What does that mean? I'm going through a Uranus opposition. What does that mean? Or something like that. But I'm not going to go into your I'm not going to pull your chart up and just start doing a reading. What up, Miss Robinson? What up, Andre? Benjamin Harrell, Rick Diesel, Chameleon. Thanks everybody for sharing the video. I really appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna get started off with prayer. Of course, Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazun, Kama Farragoon, Shalel Kalum. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all, as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istunje, Ilaku. And what does Saturn in Capricorn mean? There you go. We got us a question up here. There you go. So I'm going to pin this one right here. What does, thanks if you're on, press 2 if you shared the video. If you got a question, put it in. Or let me finish answering this one, but I'm going to get to it as soon as possible. Saturn is the planet of judgment. It's rules, regulations, and restriction. It's at home in Capricorn. Oh, let's hit the board out here. Bam. Bam. Saturn, the planet Saturn, in the sign of Capricorn. It is dignified because it's home in Capricorn. Like right now, this Saturn is transiting Capricorn. So whenever a planet is a professor and a sign is the curriculum. Listen, write that down or type it. A sign is the curriculum and a planet is a professor. I'm teaching astrology till 9:58 tonight because I got a 10 o'clock Zoom I got to go get on. So Saturn, when it goes through a sign, it takes 2.5 years. And it's going to start expressing itself through that curriculum. So what is the curriculum of Sagittarius? What is the curriculum of Gemini? What is the curriculum of Aries? You need to know what is the key words of every planet, sign, and house. Then you can easily, my camera is what? Okay. Then you can easily make sentences. So if Saturn is rules, regulations, and restrictions, and Capricorn is rules, regulations, and restrictions, and Saturn is the home, he's the landlord of Saturn, then when he gets to Saturn, he's going to be teaching even harder about respect, integrity, honesty in his house. When he moves out, he's going to be going to Aquarius. So Aquarius is I know. So it's going to be more discipline in what you know. Things are going to have to be double checked. But in Capricorn, it's like double checking the rules of the rules, if that makes sense. So like he's home, it's going to be tougher. So those who are having a Saturn return right now is really crazy. Oh, Lionel Snow says, it's my older brother. I was talking about him on my Instagram. So if y'all go on my Instagram post and you see that last thing that says trust what people show you, and I say my brother, that's him right there. He said, why am I battling with the church? Because you battling with yourself. That was an easy answer. You battling with you battling with the church because you battling with yourself. So Andrea Rucker, that was a short answer for what does Capricorn mean? What does Saturn mean in Capricorn? Who's next? I got Libra in the second house now. Does that affect my relationships? You don't, Libra, if you have Libra ruling your second house, so the houses are the classrooms and the signs is the curriculum. So Libra, if it's ruling your second house, it's always going to rule your second house. Libra is not a planet. It doesn't move through. So some of your questions could be natal, like what is, I got this planet in this sign when I was born. That means you're asking me a natal question, right? What up, Magicianal Explorer? Peace, peace. What up, everybody on Instagram? Thank y'all for inviting 2 people. I appreciate it. I'm a little off. Nobody talks about Leo, July 25th. Well, you have to go and find out what's the question that you want to ask me tonight. I'm not really doing readings of people. I'm teaching astrology tonight. So I could read the chart for you, but tonight, this is kind of like for at least yellow belts. If you already know your chart, Trapping Steam is in the building. Yoni IG is in the building. What up? What up? I'm answering what I can answer. That's another good question about, am I answering questions about planets or asteroids? Astrology. But the thing about me, astrology is about life. So I can only answer what I know. So if I don't know, I'll tell you who does know, and you can go ask them. But if I know it, then I'll do my best to answer your question. So whatever you want to answer. Next is, I got Libra in the second house. Is that going to affect my relationships? If it's in your natal chart, absolutely. Because Libra is a sign of justice and how you relate. The second house is money and value. So if you got Libra ruling the second house, then relationships are very valuable to you. Bong, bong. Knowing the key words is always going to help you start making sentences. I really, the person who really impressed this upon me was when I first started studying cosmophysics with Ra Aku and Ever Reese. Big shouts out to Ever Reese for bringing me into cosmophysics and then introducing me to Ra Aku. And then for Ra Aku teaching me from 2012 to maybe like the year before last, maybe like 2016, whenever he moved to Atlanta. Because when he moved to Atlanta, he was also teaching me then as well. But now, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. But I definitely have a lot of love for the experience that I've had with cosmophysics, and I love to share cosmophysics. Absolutely. It's endless. You'll never get it all because Ra Aku ain't going to teach all of it to you. But what you get is working for you. So the keyword piece is really something you should really go and study. What else? What we got? Thank you, Benjamin Harrell. Who else got a question? Let me see. Thanks for sharing this video. He said, why am I battling with the church? Well, I did that. If I decide to walk away and get my life together, am I doing the right thing? obviously he's not getting the point of this. You always get, anytime you get your life together, you should have got your life together 10 years ago. How can I use my Venus and Pisces in the 10th to my advantage? Ooh, look at there, look at there. That's a good one, y'all. What does it mean to have a natal Leo North Node? Oh, that's my joint. So I'm coming to you next, cash flow. North Node is like really my topic. So I'm gonna come, but I gotta get this one first. How can I use my Venus in Pisces in the 10th house to my advantage? So let's break down what is keywords for Venus. Venus is your relationship language, your primary relationship language. So Venus in Pisces is romance. So you're already too romantic already with your relationships. Pisces could also be in your imagination. It could be pornography. It could also be lying and deceit, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, right? So you got Venus in this Neptunian, you got Venus in Pisces. We have to look at that first before we put it in the house. So we got the professor in Pisces. So are you too romantic? Right. Can you have something that can ground you? Then I put them in the 10th house, which is the house of fame, right? So when I put it in the house of fame, people may know you. You may be infamous for your romantic tendencies. I would write books. I would write romantic novels about relationships. In your personal life, how do you do it? That's a good question. I would have to look at the rest of your chart to look at some other aspects. To get a good answer with that right there. But what up, Sister Sherry? Sister Salary Hines. Jamie Springs is in the building. I got Pluto. Hold on, I'm getting to that. What up, Darlene? Venus and Aries. Ooh, Lucy, I got to get to the next question. I hope that was good for you. Let me get down here to what does it mean to have natal Leo North Node? Your North Node is your spiritual destiny. Everybody right there, everybody type that. North Node is your spiritual destiny. North Node is your spiritual destiny. It's where it's your potential, where you are headed. It's your GPS. It's a spiritual GPS. Your South Node is the rear view mirror, where you came from, right? But it's funny because when you pull up most charts, the South Node is not on there. They don't want you to know about the past, but look at your South Node as what you've already mastered. That's why you shouldn't even ask about one past lifetime. Why would you ask about one past lifetime? Because you've had several past lifetimes. So you have to, once you've mastered a certain thing, which is the South Node, you have to do the opposite of that in order to grow. Because the whole purpose of astrology is growth in the first place. So when we're growing, we are here to do the opposite of what we already mastered. That's the only way we can grow. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So the North Node is the opposite of the South. So if you got a North Node in Leo, the opposite of that is what? Aquarius. Aquarius is I know. So you don't have to worry about gathering all the information before you take a step. A lot of people, I just got finished doing several readings where people had South Node in Sagittarius. You need to lean more on your creativity, lean more on taking center stage. That's what you have to do. But to know about your North Node, you unlock your North Node by seeing your South Node. So I would go into Google and type in South Node in Aquarius and look that up and just study everything I can about that. That's also my spiritual destiny readings. Everything on the site right now is half off. Well, not everything. I'm just doing I'm just doing consultations. They're all half off. CoachKAstrology.info. If you want to go over there, the code is Mercury Love. Mercury Love is the code if you would like to get a consultation. Everything's half off. Well, no, the full consultation is half off all the way until the end of this Mercury retrograde, which is August the 15th. Okay, hope I answered the question, cash flow. Thank you very much. Let me go back up here. Back to Facebook. I don't anything know about my chart. Maybe one day you can help me, coach. You can get a consultation. I also have free videos on YouTube. You can type in Coach Khayr, learn to read your astrology chart. I probably have about 10 hours of free video on learning how to read your chart on YouTube. But now I'm just answering specific questions. Marcia, definitely. But if you get a reading, then that's going to jumpstart you, because For me, when I give a reading, a consultation, I want you to leave with a yellow belt. I want you to leave with understanding of what you just saw. What I want to teach about astrology tonight is if you just go to somebody and they tell you something to make you feel good and tell you like a forecast, which is cosmophysics is forecast. It's predictive astrology, but it's got everything in it, but it focuses more on predictive astrology. But I'd like to know how to do that myself versus, everybody may not be built to learn astrology. But if you only go over there and say, this is what's going to happen in this 30 days, but you don't even know what the planet Venus represents or the planet Pluto represents or how many minutes are in a day or how to rectify a chart and get the right time of birth, maybe you left some stuff out. You might not have it, all of what you want, but I want you to know what the planets are. I want you to know that the planets are the professors and that the houses are the classrooms and that the signs are the curriculum. That's what I'm here to teach you. I'm teaching it bringing it from high level to eye level. I don't want to be an astrologer where I'm just going to talk over your head and then you can't understand what's going on. You should also have several astrologers that you get readings from. You should have them on speed dial. So where you can just be like, yo, let me call this, because I call other astrologers too to assist me. Some astrologers think when I call them, it's because I don't know or I can't do it or I'm a whack astrologer. Now, I'm the illest astrologer. I'm the illest astrologer because I have humility. Some astrologers might make something up versus asking somebody else about a chart. I'll stop a reading, call somebody else and be like, let me double check with another surgeon. But I started realizing that some of the other astrologers that I was calling was like, oh, he don't know astrology. So he just, ain't that being safe? So you supposed to be the know-it-all. If you got a know-it-all astrologer who doesn't ever have to go check with nobody else, kind of want to watch that. I like keeping a network of astrologers. What's up, Manifest Raw? Big shouts out to the Sage Man. Everybody please go follow the Sage Man on Instagram and join the Sage Man group on Facebook. I want to teach all the brothers. Dr. Lovey's in the building. Team Cancer back from the DR. North Olmsted, Ohio. I see you. Nico, what it do? I'm answering questions if you already know your chart. North Node is your spiritual destiny. Absolutely. Team Cancer. First live. What's up, Deidre Barfield? North Node. Thank you. Do I got any questions down here on Instagram? Because I am broadcasting on both of them. It's like an upside. What is? Oh, my midheaven equals the 10th house. Your North Node is a chart placement. Voila, I like that. My South Node is in the 11th house with my moon, Jupiter, and Uranus in Sag. Okay, so Dark Black Girl has a question. Let me answer this. I like this. So a conjunction is when you have more than one professor in a classroom. So what are the planets? Everybody type. Planets are professors. As a matter of fact, let's just do the whole lesson first. Let's do the whole intro lesson together. Okay? The whole chart is a university. Everybody type that. Chart equals university. Houses, see what it says, the 4th house? Houses equal classrooms. There's 12 houses. I'm not disrespecting the 13 houses, but I use the 12 house system. Each house is a classroom. Because if it's a university, it's got to have classrooms for you to learn different things in them. Each planet is a professor. The moon teaches you about emotions and intuition and magic and feelings. Mars is a professor that teaches you about sex, how to get things done, gunplay, fire, knife fighting, things like that, aggression. That's what Mars teaches. The sun is nothing but the ego. So when everybody comes on here and says, I'm Team Cancer, I'm Team Taurus, I'm just announcing where my ego is housed at. Did you know that? That when you announce your sun sign, all you're doing is talking about your ego? Absolutely. Because your sun sign is not how you do relationships, which is Venus. Venus is how you do relationships. So I have Venus in Gemini, but I got my sun in Taurus. So if you want to get in a relationship with me, guess what? You better find out where my Venus is at. Big quick tip. If you want to relate with somebody, don't worry about their sun sign. Where's their Venus? Where's your Venus? Right? I also do relationship consultations. We do Venus, 7th house placement, and what sign does Libra rule? That's the combination. So if some of you astrologers are out there and you want to start marketing that you do relationship reading, make sure you hit the placement of Venus, what rules the 7th house, and what house does Libra rule. Put all that together, you got the formula. Simple. Now, so I got whole chart is a university. Each house is a classroom, and the planets are professors. And then the curriculum, the sign is the curriculum. That's like, I call that the paint. Okay? So we got a professor, the curriculum, a classroom, and the entire chart is the university. But what you must remember is where my finger is at. The middle. I'm in the center. You're in the center of your chart. I don't teach astrology or do consultations trying to get you caught up with professors. I get you to realize that you are the chancellor. The chancellor is the center. So somebody type you equals me equals chancellor, boss, CEO, president. When you studying astrology or getting a reading, you need to realize that you're in the center. Most people's problems with astrology is because they're caught up over here. Well, Saturn did this and Mars did this. You're talking about professors. They all report back to who? The chancellor. You're the chancellor. So people who don't know astrology, you're like being tossed around from class to class to class. It's like the movie Lean on Me, but the school is out of control. You got to come back to the middle, like back to the end of your IRE, and get all the professors to realize that you hired them to be in a certain place, and they report to you. You can now have order. I got about 6 minutes left till I'm about to take somebody's birthday and just do a little mini reading in a second. So when she said she got North Node in the 11th house, the 11th house is what classroom? I know, I network, I socialize. The North Node is her South Node is her personal poisons, things you've already mastered, and karmic past. Write that down. South Node is karmic past, things you've already mastered, and personal poisons. And it is also your rearview mirror. It's your rearview mirror of where you've already been. The South Node is comfortable. Everybody say that. The South Node is comfortable, but there's no growth in it. You must do the opposite of what you've already mastered in order to grow. To me, the nodes are more important than the Venus and the Sun and Saturn and all this other stuff. I saw Everett Reese, he posted something the other day over on Terrain's page about a good astrologer should be able to tell you how many days is it before the Sun squares your Saturn position. Pretty good. But if you tell me when my Sun squares my Saturn position, but my GPS is broke and I'm headed in the wrong direction at 90 miles an hour, then what good is when the square is coming up? So, you know, what good is it if when the Sun is going to be squaring my natal Sun, or when the Sun is going to be squaring my natal Mars, or when I'm having a Mars return, if you don't know where your North Node is at? Y'all need to start getting readings and come in and ask somebody, where's my spiritual destiny? What? Where's my North Node and my South Node? And break it down for me. And let's spend a whole hour on just that. Just like, what's my personal poisons, South Node, and what's my North Node? Where am I going in life? Somebody just asked me after I just did a renewal, like, what's wrong with my business and how do I fix it? Then it was like, am I living in my purpose and how do I get there? Well, once you get into your GPS and you align with what you love in your life, then you put the business behind where the direction that you're going. You don't put the direction you're going behind the business, because you could be in any other field that don't even flow with what you're doing. How do you use the South Node in, you know, the way you guide? How do you use a rear view mirror in your car? Use a rear view mirror to change lanes. I glance at my South Node, for me to be Virgo, because that's why I'm a perfectionist. A lot of people are jealous of my South Node. I'm like, are you crazy? And I get too intense anytime I get too into something, and a perfectionist, I'm living out my South Node. Pisces is my North Node, and what am I supposed to be doing? Leaving it up to God. Let go and let God. I'm supposed to be, relaxation is the key. But I can see things because I already mastered it. I can see things so fast and so quick and lay out a plan. But then I'm always teaching people at the end, yo, you need to trust God. at the end, because that's my message. Trust in God. I can show you the exact way because that's in my rearview mirror. That's easy. I've already been a master surgeon in several lifetimes. I've already been a general in several lifetimes. Not just one, several lifetimes. My middle name is MacArthur. My father's middle name is Lee. My grandfather's name was Napoleon. These are facts. So when somebody comes up and says, oh, he can't teach or he did this, ask them how in the world. I think I'm going to be the best charlatan. I like I used to be big on calling other astrologers charlatan, and the joke will start trying to call me a charlatan. So you know what you do? You go teach harder. You just go start teaching harder and answering whatever else, any other question that they got. So when you got the South Node in the 11th house, so you're going to have to worry. 11th house is also the house of friends and networks. And it's in Sagittarius. So the opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini. So you might be caught up too much with being a spiritual zealot, trying to rule and be a pastor, when you might be over here supposed to be teaching smaller groups. So just go and type in South Node and Sag. But your South Node is conjuncting your moon. So go type in South Node conjunct moon, South Node conjunct Jupiter, South Node conjunct Uranus. Uranus can throw you into things really quick because it's spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? Sagittarius is crazy volatile. And then here comes Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, and then you got the South Node in there, so you got 3 teachers, 3 professors teaching all at the same time. I hope I answered your question, Dark Black Girl. Thank you for that. What's up, Priscilla? Destiny Grind is in the building. Smoke and Grow Rich is all up in the building. Coco Woods, what's up? Press 2 if you shared this video. Press 8 if this video was helpful. What up, Shanta Sharp? What up, Liz? You have Mars and Aries in the 9th house. Boom, let's get on that one. We'll do that one real quick. Somebody put your birthday in here. The first one I come to, that's the one I'm going to read right fast. Mars and Aries. So Mars is home in Aries, just like Saturn was home in Capricorn. So volatile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are definitely a person who initiates. You initiate your ashe. Aries is the ashe, the I am, your principle. Mars, you will fight for who you are. And then the 9th house is your philosophy. You need to be on a debate team. Mrs. Walker, are you with, what is that thing called? What is the place where you go and they teach you how to do speeches, motivational speaking. God, I always tell people this starts with a T. Toastmasters. Kashia Walker, you need to be in Toastmasters. So you should look up Mars in the 9th house, then you look up Mars in Aries. So Mars in the 9th house is, I will aggressively defend my philosophy. I will initiate my philosophy when I'm talking to you. And Mars in Aries is, I will set it off. You probably, like, do you own some guns or knives or believe in guns and holding, you know what I'm saying, whatever amendment that is, that's probably you. Thank you, Ms. Walker. I appreciate you. Okay. Who else got something down here? Where I might take this at? Boom, boom. Normally Instagram. Rosie, you always jumping in line with somebody. January 16th, 1983. January 16th. What's your question? Ask a question. 63, 83. Ask a question. Don't just give me the birthday. Ask a question, please. What you want to know about? Madison, you always getting readings. I'm just joking. Ask a question, Roz. Second Amendment. That's it. Absolutely. North Node and Scorpio in the 1st house. Your spiritual destiny is going to play out through your spiritual destiny is going to play out through your personality, because the 1st house is the personality. Karima, what up, baby? North Node help. Alrighty. There you go. Your North Node is in Cancer. So your South Node is in Capricorn. So you need to be researched. So, like, you hold on to an idea too hard. You want to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're very stuck in kind of like the ways that you want to do, like that you want to do something, right? Also, I want to tell you that if you are an astrologer and if you need to pick up a book to go and look as a reference, do it. Do it. Because if you don't even know what to look for, then if you don't even know what to look for, then man, it's real tough out here. It's real tough out here. So I go to books. I don't need to know everything. If your astrologer professes to know everything, they already read it from a book. You don't have to try to memorize everything. You feel like you need to control everything, feeling completely responsible for everything, doing things to gain respect or admiration from others, thinking things that have to be difficult in order to be important. Cut that out. What you need to be start doing is nurturing and supporting others, accepting others' foibles, staying centered in one's own feeling. Jan Spiller, go get the book. Pow, good job. Love relationships, 12-19-71. Somebody snuck in there. This is my last one for the night. I appreciate y'all. What's that? 12-19-71. What about your love relationships? 12-19-71. You need a consultation. If you 1971, if you 1971 and you don't know that your Venus is in Capricorn, woo, you got Venus and the moon conjunct one another. Moon conjunct Venus. Go Google that. Then you got Venus in Capricorn, and you got Moon in Capricorn, and you got North Node in Capricorn. So you have the stellium in Capricorn. You should go Google that. Then you got North Node in Capricorn. Well, your spiritual destiny is tied to your relationships. Ding, 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 ding. And your feelings and your ability to do magic. But since you have a South Node in, oh no, your North Node is in Aquarius. My bad. So you have a South Node in Gemini, North Node in Aquarius. However, it's 10 degrees. You could call that a conjunction, but I don't know. I still would look at it. I go look up Venus conjunct North Node, Moon conjunct Venus, and Moon conjunct North Node, and all of that's you. If you was coming to get a consultation, we just talk about that in relationships, and then I go see is there a square to it or what other aspects that you got that's popping off with that. All right. I love y'all so much. I'll be doing this for the next couple days. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stick around when you see it coming. If you didn't share the video though, don't even did you share if I just read you, did you share the video? That's what it's going to cost. What website am I using? Oh, I use Alabi. Alabi is one of the joints that I use, and I use Planet Watcher, but I use Astro.com normally for my stuff, but I have an app on my phone that's called Astro Gold, and it's the hottest thing out there. Like Astro Gold is like so fire. It's like totally ridiculous. So it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go meet my other joint. I found you in peace. I'm gonna leave you in prayer. Coach K Astrology. Please rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. How was class tonight? And what was the one thing that you learned? Press 2 if you can share this video. Hopefully it helps somebody else. You too can learn astrology and be dope yourself. If you got children, the best thing you can do for them is give them the gift of astrology. I also have a Keep It Simple astrology course because I believe in keeping it simple. It's also over at Coach K Astrology, and it's all video. You can learn it on your phone, take notes. You can take it anywhere in the world. All you need is the password, and it's half price. It's normally $300. It's $150 right now. You can go over there and get the details. You got any more questions, hit me on the inbox. Anabakoa, get you like your minka, Tatia, Tezara, Kabel, Renard, I'm Chasag Vanu, Taharanu Nura, Nahagi Board, Shay Yakadeka, Kavava Shamran, Barkham Taram, Rankame, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamlin, Kasim Kadosh, Badaru Tufka, and the hell out of Taker. Yakid Gehel, I'm Chapanez, or Craig Katushka Taker, Shavata Nukabel, Ushma, Zakatanu, Yodea Talamo, Buruk Shem, Kovo Makuto, Lalam Vaed. Bong bong. I'ma holler at y'all. Love y'all. Who's that? Donald, Peace, Vaughn, what up? Kyle, Antoinette, Team Scorpio, hey baby. Sister Hines, how you doing, darling? I just want to speak to everybody. Dietrich Barfield is in the building. North Node square my unaspected sun. So then your sun is aspected then. I see a lot of dates. Y'all was trying to jump on here. North Node Aries, Sun Aries, North Node Libra. Okay. What up, Miss McKenna? How you doing? Thank you. Toastmasters, that's right. Matters in business. Hey, a lot of y'all had a lot of questions at the end. Where y'all at the beginning? Hey, Zakia. Andrea, thank you for sharing. Priscilla Hernandez. Thanks, Tracy, for sharing. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate that. Natasha Rogers, what's up? Marcia Renee, I appreciate y'all. All right? I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. I might come back on later on tonight and do another class. I'm feeling good. Peace.